the stretch and came back, and I thought we really missed a lot of easy shots, some layups, some free throws, and gave them a chance to get back in the game, and we just didn't convert.
Did you get the sense at all that your team kind of thought it was over and let up a little bit, or do you think it was more execution type?
I don't think they thought it was over, but for instance, we were up 5, and believe me, this is on me as a head coach. So if I answer questions about players, it's not like I'm putting the blame on them. This is on me. I'm a head coach, and I take the loss harder than anyone. So, but to answer your questions honestly, we were up 5, and Caton Reinhardt missed a free throw. I thought that was a big free throw because it would put us up 6, and we didn't end up scoring. I don't think we scored the rest of the game in regulation. They came right down, and we leave a corner shooter, and they make a 3. And then Nicola steps out and shoots a 3, which I don't really like at that time of the game. And even with 35 seconds left, we had a 2-point lead, and Strahinja got the offensive rebound. And he had 2 options. He could either try to go back up with it over 2 people like he did, or he could have just kicked it out, and we could have held the ball, and they would have fouled us. So, to me, that's execution. It's knowing the time and score. I'm fine with Nicholas shooting a 3-point shot if he's wide open, if it's in the flow of the game, but probably not with a minute or a minute and a half left whenever he took that shot. I'm fine with Strahinja maybe going up for an offensive putback, but when you have when it's that type of game and you got a guy right next to you, unless you can go up and just lay the ball in uncontestedly. So it's a learning experience for our players. I think they understand they have to execute better down the stretch, and they have to step up and have confidence at the foul line and make free throws. And also in overtime, I thought we had a chance. We missed a free throw, and then we ran a great execution where we got Julian Jacobs. He was 3 feet from the basket and shot a little floater and was short on a kind of floater layup. And we make that free throw and that layup, then it's a 1-point game, and then it's probably goes down the wire again. So I thought offensively we kind of didn't make shots when we had to, and then defensively they made those 2 threes in overtime, which were huge. They did a great job, and we did a pretty good job defensively on their 3-point shooting. They were 5 for 30 up until the overtime, which is pretty good defense. But they made the 2 to start the overtime, and it really hurt us.
Coach, in the second half, what adjustment did you make? It seemed like you jumped out on them like I think 8-0 run on in the first half. But in all fairness to the game, realistically, I mean, you played great defense on Kyle Wilson. So basically, from your point of view, yes, they missed a little easy basket. But what do you do for your team for coming up game? You play players like that. I mean, some guys are just unstoppable. You can't help that. But basically, as a coach, what do you feel now? The next game, getting ready to get past this and move forward.
Well, I think we have to learn from what we did wrong, from our mistakes, and some of the mistakes that they're just
Growing pains?
well, they're growing pains, but if you miss layups and you miss open jump shots, you miss free throws, but we're going to learn from our defensive mistakes, learn from our offensive mistakes from a system standpoint. If we're missing, if we're not cutting hard enough, screening hard enough, rolling hard enough on the ball screens, we're not making the right play. But for the most part, we've been pretty good the last 2 weeks offensively and defensively, playing within ourselves. And so I thought tonight we came out in the second half, like you said, and really played well. We played well on both sides of the ball and got the lead. And then I thought we had some lapses, but you can't give a team as good as Army. They score a lot of points, and they have great players, and Wilson's one of them. And you can't – those guys are great offensive players. You can devise different things to get the ball in their hands, but at the end of the day, great players, if you average 22 points, 23 points a game, and you do it for a long period of time, a lot of teams have the same game plan, try not to let him score or guys you play against, and they always do. That means they're a great offensive player, and they find ways to score. So give him credit. I thought we did a good job up until the overtime on him. Then he got some free throws, but at the end of the game, he drove to the basket twice, which was very impressive. We just couldn't contain him, and you need to keep. We said keep your when you can shoot the ball at that level, it makes you a better driver. because you're always closing out hard. And he was able to use our closeouts and get to the lane and score a couple times at the basket because of his shooting ability and his offensive. He's just a great offensive player.
With such a young team, is there anything you can do to simulate those situations where you weren't able to come up with the plays tonight?
It's really hard to simulate game experience in practice. It's just totally different. So, for instance, we shot free throws. We put you threaten them. Or if you miss, you run. The team runs. You do this. And I bet we shot 85% this week on our simulated pressure situations. But you get in the game, it's totally different. And so that's one thing where that's a frustrating part as coaches, because if you could simulate it, you would do it all the time. But it's just totally different. And so, look, we have a young team, but they're I'm very encouraged with what I've seen the last couple weeks. This is not one of our better performances of closing out a game. I thought we played well enough to win up until about the 3 or 4 minute mark, and if we make that free throw and make it a 6-point game and just make one easy shot down the stretch, then we probably win by 4 or 5 or maybe more. But it didn't happen. So we have to learn from that, and our players have to get ready for the next game.
Final play in regulation, was that drawn up for Darian to ISO on the elbow there?
Well, we were really drawing it up for Nikola. Darian had the option, but we got what we wanted. We had an ISO situation with Nikola on a guy that he's a little quicker than, and Nikola had played well and is one of our better offensive players. And yeah, I don't think he made a decent move, but he still got a 6-foot shot or 7-foot shot in the middle of the lane at 6'11", and he just missed it. And we tried the ball screen before, and Jordan before, player 2 before. We tried a number of things tonight, but I wasn't unhappy with Nikola. I thought he made a decent move and had a pretty clean look. I don't think he was that contested, and he just missed a shot. So I have confidence in him. I get confidence in a lot of our players as far as taking that last shot, and he's one of them. And some games will be different, but can't fault him for that. He just missed a shot.
What were you guys doing well at the start of the second half that led to the 14-0 run?
Well, I thought we had really good energy on defense, and we made shots. That's our biggest thing all year. If you watched our games, and I know you've seen a lot of home games on the road, when we make shots, I think we've won every game, and the other games we've been pretty close. But when you shoot 40%, and then you shoot from the foul line, 54%. So we just shot, our percentage was just too low. And again, if you watch the games we lost, for instance, game earlier in the year, Akron, our bigs were 7 for 25 from the field between the three of them. Malik was hurt. 7 for 25 from the field, and 15 of them were lane shots. If you look at that was the Penn State game. The Akron game, our starting guards were 5 for 23 from the field with 9 turnovers. Okay, so you're not talking about our reserves here, bench. You're talking about our starters, and so our better players need to make shots and finish. And if you look at our shooting percentages, and like I said, I'll put that blame on me because if I need to put other guys in the game or maybe kind of control the game better where guys can get open shots or post-ups or open shots off screens, and then I need to do that. So, it goes both ways. I'm certainly not blaming our players. I take responsibility for it. And we got to do a better job of getting guys and shots that they can make.
It seemed like Jordan was playing off the ball a lot in the first half. Was that
Well, he's very good on the ball, off the ball. We have other guys that can handle it. So we got Julian Jacobs, Caden Reinhardt can all make plays off the dribble. So I'm not really. Jordan's done a great job. He's got to make his darn free throws. 6 for 11, but yeah, he's a freshman. He's very talented. He's a great kid. He works hard. He's getting better, and he'll get there.
Do you like the way that Caden was attacking the basket more in the second half? Is that what you want from him?
Well, yeah, I think Caden has to have a complete game where he can shoot the open three and put the ball on the floor, attack the rim, and also make plays for his teammates. And so he's getting better at it. I think you saw that tonight. You know, we'd like all our guards to try to shoot in the 40s and the mid-40s% from the field, and we like our bigs to shoot over 50% if they can, especially on the shots you're getting right now. Tonight we didn't do that. I think Elijah Stewart was 3 for 5, and Nicola was 6 for 11. Everyone else was under 50%, and so yeah, we're getting better at certain things. Jordan, Caden getting better. Some of our other guys are getting better, but we're not all the way there yet. We got to keep working. But they're great kids. They're great teammates, and they're just young. But they're a lot of fun to coach, and so I expect us to bounce back from this. But they got to learn and get better.
One last question, Coach.
Going forward, going across country, how do you prepare for that trip? The only one you really have this season.
Well, we just flew across country and played 3 games in South Carolina, so it'll be our second cross-country trip. This will be a true road game. We played a true road game at New Mexico, which was a fun place to play and great college basketball atmosphere. Boston College is a terrific team. They're very talented, and I think they just had a big win last week, won 3 in a row maybe. So we have to be prepared and understand that it's an ACC team, and they're different than they were last year. We're different than we were last year, so we have to prepare ourselves. But that's what college basketball is all about. You can't play every game at home. You got to go on the road and try to win some games.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Caden, did you guys sort of feel like you let one get away tonight? Game that you pretty much had in the bag there?
Yeah, definitely. We knew everything they possibly could do. The coaches did a very good job on the scouting report, and man, we're frustrated because we definitely should have won that game. But it's college basketball, so gonna soak on it and let it soak, and then tomorrow just get back to work and or whenever we're practicing on Monday, and just get back to doing what we do. So, but yeah, definitely frustrated.
Came in today on a 4-game win streak. Would you say that today was a step back for you guys?
I don't think it's a step back. I mean, obviously we should have won the game, but we definitely know what we have to do now. Just playing hard and at all times. We can't just take off in spurts because teams can go on runs and teams can get comfortable, especially shooting the ball, and teams can make runs. So we definitely are gonna watch film and just get better. But I think we're gonna be fine. I mean, we can't let one loss. We can't just soak on that forever because then we're gonna lose consistently. So we're just gonna let it soak in today, and then tomorrow we're just gonna get rid of it. Not even worry about the game.
How frustrated are you about missing free throws?
Man, it's frustrating because I work on free throws a lot. When I work out, I feel like I'm a very good free throw shooter. So it's very frustrating when you know that you go up there and you're expecting to make a shot. Knock those down, and it's frustrating. But you know what? I spend too much time in the gym to be missing those, so it's my fault.
How tough is it to bounce back when a team hits 2 threes and gets up 6 points to start out overtime?
Very tough because I mean, overtime is anybody's game. You know, it doesn't matter what happened in the first half, what happened in the second half, what happened in between in the middle of the game. You know, overtime is 5 minutes of hard-nosed basketball. Whoever's going to come out and play hard, whoever's going to get 50-50 balls, whoever's going to knock shots down, is the team that's going to win. So, you know, when they made those 2 threes, we just had to, you know, hey, they made 2 threes, but we got to come out and play hard and just get stops. And, you know, unfortunately, it didn't go our way.
As a young team, you guys are getting better. So what do you feel as a team you guys need to improve on first?
Just playing hard at all times. I think we do a very good job of playing hard, paying attention to detail. Every minute we watch film, you know, every little thing we have to pay more attention to now. As it's getting closer and closer to conference season, you know, teams are going to know what we do and we're going to know what they do, but it comes down to who's playing hard. So we just got to do a better job of that, and I think everybody's getting better every day. So, yeah, we just got to learn from it, move on. That's all I can say, man. Just move on.
In the second half, you guys started out 14-0. Part of that was you driving the ball to the basket. Did the coaches tell you anything at halftime necessarily of that, or did you just kind of make a decision that you wanted to attack a little bit more?
I feel like, you know, the coaches have echoed it a lot, but I feel like for me, I haven't done a very good job of being aggressive, you know, being 6'5", 6'6". You know, I feel like I could be getting to the basket a lot more and creating plays, you know, for my teammates. And I've been settling for a lot of jumpers lately. I haven't been getting to the basket. So this game, you know, I watched a lot of film myself personally, and then what they do. And, you know, they like to pressure the ball a lot. So I knew that I could get by my guys and either make a layup or make a shot or dump it off. So, but definitely I started out the game very aggressive. And my coaches just told me to, you know, keep being aggressive. And, yeah, second half I started off doing that.
I think driving to the basket's going to get you in the flow with your outside jumper too.
Yeah, I mean tonight I didn't make a 3, which is, I mean, a lot of people say it's not good, but I feel like I did a very good job of getting to the basket, you know, doing other things than shooting the ball, because I'm not just a shooter. So I can't get frustrated with that. Last 2 games I think it was 3 for 5 from 3. So I'm not worried about that. But definitely just staying aggressive and, you know, being a better leader, because today I feel like I didn't do a good enough job of leading. So, you know, everybody can look at shots, minutes, this and that, but when it comes down to it, you know, the guys that have been around, the guys that, you know, want to win games, we got to step up and lead. So I'm not saying I didn't do it, but definitely could have been a better leader today.